Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you for attending the MCOA special meeting. I'm Linnea Wilson, serving as president of the board this year. I will now call the meeting to order. The agenda for the meeting is as follows: certification of quorum, voting results for the two bylaw amendments, and an adjournment. The first meeting item is to determine if we have a fully constituted meeting in compliance with the MCOA covenants. Jody Rolfe, MCOA secretary, will report whether we have received enough proxies to establish a quorum. Jody?
You're on mute, Jody.
Sorry. Thank you, Linnea. Good afternoon, everybody. I will now read a section from the notice of meeting dated November 13th, 2021, which was mailed to all voting members. Notice is hereby given that a special meeting of the members of the Moss Creek Owners Association, Inc. will be held via Zoom webinar on Tuesday, January 11th, 2022 at 4 p.m. for the sole purpose of considering two amendments to the Moss Creek Owners Association bylaws. This special meeting is in response to a petition filed by MCOA members David Hill, Richard Klingeman, and Russell Reimer, pursuant to section 33-31-702 (2) of the South Carolina Nonprofit Corporation Act. This state law allows for members of a nonprofit corporation to demand a special meeting of the members for a specific purpose by submitting a petition with signatures of at least 5% of the voting members of the corporation. The two member proposed bylaw amendments are to Article 5, Board of Directors, Powers and Duties, Section 1. On the quorum, Article 3, Section 5 of the Moss Creek Covenants establishes the quorum requirement for regular or special meeting of the association as 30% of those entitled to cast votes, either in person or by proxy. For this meeting, the quorum is 612. We have 1,362 by proxy, representing 62% of the eligible votes. We therefore have established a quorum and may proceed with the meeting.
Thank you, Jody. I will now announce the results of the proposed bylaw amendments. As a reminder, amendments to the bylaws require a vote of more than 50% of votes cast to be in favor. The first amendment proposed is to add language to Article 5, Section 1, paren A. Any employment contract by the association not at will, and any bonuses, modifications, extensions, and performance evaluations for the general manager and his/her direct reports shall be ratified by the Board of Directors meeting in executive session. Total votes cast were 1,362, with 746 in favor of the change, or 55%. 616 opposed, or 45%. This amendment does pass. The second amendment proposed is to add language to Article 5, Section 1, paren E. Expenditures for new capital projects exceeding $500,000 shall be ratified within 60 days by a majority of members voting at a special or general meeting of the members or by referendum. Such ratification shall be waived for scheduled capital expenditure from the reserve fund, or if the expenditure is required to preserve or protect common property for the health and safety of the members or necessitated by an emergency such as a natural disaster. Total votes cast were 1,362, with 662 in favor of the change, or 49%, and 700 opposed, or 51%. This amendment does not pass. This covers all items on the agenda. I will now make a motion to close the meeting. Is there a second? Thank you, Jody. If anyone has an objection to the adjournment, please state so in the Q&A section on the bottom of your screen. Otherwise, I will assume that you were in favor and the meeting will be adjourned. Susanna, do you see anything in the Q&A section?
No, I do not.
Thank you, and thank you all for attending. This MCOA special member meeting is now adjourned. Have a good evening.